parts 1 and 2. I recently watched part 1 and I just finished watching part 2. Obviously part 1 came out a couple of years earlier, thanks to HBO Max. Because of the whole COVID thing, everyone's still afraid to go to the movie theaters, but both of them were amazing. Now obviously this is based on Frank Herbert's novel he wrote in the 1950s, and of course the numerous remakes of a film, first in 1985 and then in 1990 something or other, I can't remember where, from the Sci-fi channel. But this one, and I don't want to say the word surpasses, but yeah, it surpassed them all. An amazing all-star cast, incredible visuals, an amazing science fiction story. Where can you go wrong with any of this? From the music, the visuals, everything about these two movies was incredible. Now, obviously, I'm going to talk about the cast. And it's a who's who of anyone you could possibly imagine in these two movies, parts 1 and 2. Obviously, leading off with our lead actor, Timothée Chalamet, who you probably remember from Interstellar with Christopher Nolan directing, and obviously the new, younger version of Willy Wonka. You got Zendaya, who you probably remember from the HBO TV show Euphoria, and of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Spider-Man, all 3 films. Homecoming, No Way Home, and Far From Home. You got Josh Brolin, obviously, Thanos. You got Jason Momoa, the Aquaman. You got Oscar Isaacs from the Star Wars sequel trilogy, look at it that way. You have Rebecca Ferguson from the last 3 Mission Impossible movies. You got legendary actors like Charlotte Renning in part 1 and 2. And in part 2, you got Christopher Walken. You got Academy Award winning actor like Javier Bardem from No Country for Old Men. This was an amazingly action-packed sci-fi drama. The visuals were incredible. The acting from everyone else. Of course, I forgot to mention Dave Bautista, the Stellan Skarsgård, both of them from the MCU. You have Austin Butler in part 2, who unfortunately gets killed. Well, anyway, both of these movies were incredible. Now, everything about science fiction that I love were in these 2 films. This goes way beyond Star Trek or Star Wars. Obviously, I said earlier, this was based on a novel made in the 1950s about very far into the future, where one of the precious substances in the entire universe is being fought over, the spice that causes a person to live longer, to expand their minds, and for space travel. And of course, that one planet called Arrakis, otherwise known as Dune. Now our hero, Timothée Chalamet's character, I should say our primary protagonist, plays a young leader of a people whose family was completely massacred for control of that world. And now he's seeking revenge and freedom for the indigenous inhabitants there. It was amazing to watch. It was fun to watch, and it can get a little scary. Trust me. This, like I said earlier, is why I love science fiction so much, because the impossibility of everything you see in these movies is brought to the forefront. An intergalactic power struggle, a world that has the greatest, the most important substance in the universe, a world that has gigantic creatures, the worms. Yeah, this is what science fiction is all about, and they did an amazing job for it. Denis Villeneuve, who directed both of these movies, and what I understand, hopefully we're going to make a third one. They're going to make a third one based on, of course, the sequel novels from Frank Herbert. I'm hoping that happens because there is so much they can do with these novels, these particular stories. But for right now, parts 1 and 2, amazing. Now, before you get in your heads to go to the theaters right now and see part 2, make sure you see part 1. Because otherwise, you'll be completely lost and you don't understand what's going on and why it's happening. But personally, I can't wait to see what happens next. But that's just me. Now, hopefully, like I said before, I'm hoping they make a third one because the ending of the second one, now, spoiler alert, the ending of the second one, the possibilities are endless. It's Dune, a world beyond our experience, beyond our imagination. Go see it. You'll love it.